Oh, I see cars on the screen. Beautiful. You keep the live shots up, Billy. About 2 minutes or so. We'll start with the qualifying here. Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Lugnut TV. Dirt track racing tonight from Williams Grove, beautiful Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Legends cars on track now for our first of 4 divisions tonight. Should be a great night of racing. Drivers have been out on track for 20 minutes, getting some practice time in, and have just begun a 10-minute open qualifying session. Should be interesting to see what this track has in store. The last few races we've been at Eldora, another half-mile dirt track, but this vastly different, long straightaways and much sharper and tighter corners here at Williams Grove, so a totally different atmosphere. I was down on track earlier in the 38 machine, the Lugnut TV Legends car. I made a few laps. Definitely a lot different. I actually heard some of the guys shifting on the straightaways because of the long straightaways and tight corners. We'll see how that works out through tonight's event. I want to thank our sponsors. Of course, Over the Top Paints and Designs. Many of the cars on track tonight in all 4 divisions are painted by the great painters at Over the Top Paints and Designs, Billy Wise and the Wise Guys. Don't listen to dumb music. Listen to the Wise Guys. Great folks over at RaceGear.com. Find out who won today's Xfinity action and Talladega at RaceGear.com. And Bowtie Apparel. You don't need a bow tie to look good? Just need BowtieApparel.com. And taking a look through the driver roster, looks like we do have some of the Haneys back in action tonight, as well as Breckham West Holland joining us. Brian Tribble, one of the other voices of Lugnut TV, will also be on track tonight. Of course, we have the Georgia Flash joining us, Nick Reynolds. I don't think I've raced with dirt on dirt with Nick very much. Be interesting to see what he has in that 4 machine. And just 2 minutes into this 10-minute qualifying round. Still a lot of time. Right now, holding that top spot, a guy that's been on a tear in Lugnuts racing lately, Keith Haney. But early on, plenty of time for that time to be beaten. And track surface was not groomed after qualifying or to practice. This track will continue to change throughout tonight's event. Tonight's event in this series is 25 laps. And don't let the size of these cars fool you. These are full-fledged race machine, even though they are a little bit smaller than most race vehicles. These Legends cars are quite a bit of fun to drive as well. It looks like we have another late arrival, Wayne Galloway, joining on the event. Must have got stuck in traffic on I-81 on the way to Mechanicsburg. Hey, while guys are still working in this qualifying session, Billy, we'll go ahead and celebrate America, the greatest country on earth, with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. We'll be right back on Lugnut TV. And back here at Williams Grove, just about 4.5 minutes left in this qualifying session. Reckham West Holland, the Colorado Springs driver, has made his way to the provisional pole, beating out Keith Haney by just about a tenth. And taking a look around the speedway to see who's on track, Billy. Looking at Nick Reynolds. Still trying to better his time, currently in 5th. Coming down the main straightaway to log another lap, see what the time is. This track changing, it's hard to tell if it's getting faster or slower out there. Last time by, not very good. 25:199, much slower than the 24:933 that is his best time so far. And watching Brian Tribble in that 22 machine, still putting some laps in. Could hear him shifting that time down the straightaway. Currently worked his way up to 2nd with that last time by. And looks like he's pretty happy with that, and is going to be leaving the speedway. Currently 2nd quick for Brian Tribble. And making his way to the track, we have Nels Right Turn Clyde, the Las Vegas driver in that 44 machine. Currently sitting 6th in the qualifying standings. Out making another run, see if he can better his time. It takes a big slide up turns 1 and 2. I'm not sure if that's gonna help his efforts in beating the time that he has on the board currently. And not even close. That was a 25.486. Quite a ways off his time that he has on the board currently. Still at it, though. And picks up on that second lap, 9:24, and that is his posted best time. Moves up to 5th in the standings. Not a bad lap. This lap here has a little promise. Is able to stick the bottom rather well through 3 and 4. And at the stripe. Whoa, not faster at all. And taking another look at one of the guys on track, Gentleman Jack Watts in that number 77 machine out there, currently posted in 4th. Still trying to better his current time of a 24.777. Don't know if 7s are lucky. Seems to be his number, 777 on the 77. 4th quick so far. And no luck on bettering his efforts. Right ahead of him, you see the 317 machine. That's Mr. Rees, Alan Matting. Again, probably stuck in traffic. Has made his way to the speedway and getting his first laps in out there. Alan, of course, the mastermind behind Bowtie Apparel. Good to have him on track with us here at Lugnut Action. Late arrival, so he's going to be, looks like starting at the rear, not able to post a time in qualifying, and a little shy on the track position. But there he is, gets the cone as he exits the garage area, and brings it with him on track. Alan, well, not a big fan of road cones, and he's going to take this one for a half-mile ride with him around the speedway. Cone wedged right under the front of that 317 machine. Oh, there it is. Car pukes it out on turn 4. And that is it, though. Qualifying has wrapped up. We have a good, solid field here. Looks like we're going to have about 12 cars taking the grid. Maybe 11. Looks like Wayne Galloway did not actually stick around. Too bad. Good driver there. But anyway, going down to our starting grid. On the pole, Colorado Springs' own Wreckham, Wes Holland. Starting to his outside, Brian Tribble. Starting in 3rd, Keith Haney. Gentleman Jack Watts in that 77 machine will roll off 4th. The Georgia Flash, Nick Reynolds, starting 5th. Nels Right Turn Clyde from Las Vegas, Nevada, starting 6th. We got the Canadian, Corey Wharton, starting in 7th. James Haney, another one of the world-famous Haneys, starting in 8th. And starting behind him, we have Alan Matting, Jeffrey Crush, and shotgun on the field, lead owner John Hendrick. And this is a 25-lap feature event. Field will have 2 pace laps behind the Chevy Silverado. And half-mile track, little Legends car, should be a good time and a lot of fun. And if you're not a member of Loose Lugnuts Racing and want to get into some of this fun, check us out, Loose Lugnuts Racing and the iRacing Leagues session. We have a lot of great series going on. Monday night, we have our Mad Mazda mini stocks on Monday nights. Tuesday night, we have a new street stock series, New England Street Stock Series. All 4 New England ovals in that. Wednesday night, Legends on Dirt. Thursday night, trucks. Craftsman Truck Series on Thursday night and Friday night. Just a few weeks to go in those very much loved late models on the short tracks. Hey, we have Holland Tribble front row as they pull away behind that iRacing Silverado. 25 laps around this half-mile track. Pick a winner, folks. A lot of great talent here. Holland, Keith Haney, Brian Tribble, definitely talented in these. Gentleman Jack Watts. A lot of great drivers out there. We do have two fast repairs, so if they get into trouble early in this race, they can pull it in and get the machine all fixed up. There will be no need to replace tires or add fuel to these machines. And it'll be interesting to see if the Highline comes in. I'll tell you, these cars, they look tiny compared to that Chevy Silverado base vehicle. Lights are off on that. They'll be going green next time by. And Wednesday night, you will have these cars at Volusia. Looking forward to my night behind the wheel in the Legends car. Base truck is off. Hall and Tribble bring them down for the first start of the night. And there is the green flag. Cars are away. Down in the one, Wes Holland takes the lead. Brian Tribble out Kyle Larson ran in that high line. And his challenge for that second spot by Keith Haney as they work down into turn 3. Keith Haney stuck at the bottom. Tribble right in the middle of the track. A good battle side by side out of turn 4 for that second spot. It is a drag race. Brian Tribble not giving in to Keith Haney, running that middle line. And really skates the car up high at turn 2. That opens the door. Keith Haney will take that second spot. Wes Holland does lead him down into turn 3. Good Holland, Haney, Tribble gets off 3 this time by as they complete 3 laps. And it looks like Brian Tribble is now starting to come under fire from Jack Watts. And Brian able to get back ahead of him, but Jack Watts definitely really getting low through the corner and doing a fine job sticking the bottom. Gets a nice run out of turn 4. And, Brian, with the momentum of the higher line, is able to pull away. And field kind of strung out here, single file, surprisingly. We do have a couple guys here battling at the very back of the pack. Looking at the 5 machine, Billy, and the 317. They were just side by side last time through. John Hendrick now making a solid charge at the 317 as they come out of 4. It's the fight for last spot. Nobody wants it. Everybody's it's like hot potato, trying to get rid of it. Those guys, even though in the back of the pack, sure having fun back there. And back up front, Wes Holland still showing the way. He's got about 1 second lead over Keith Haney. And we do have a caution flag. Checking the speedway to see who found trouble. Not finding it interesting. Not sure if Billy and the production truck saw it. I believe it was Corey Wharton. in the 99 machine. Showing him in the garage area. I'm not sure if you got it. Corey has loaded up his machine and headed back to Canada, I believe. I'm not sure if he's coming back for the other races tonight. That's a shame. Field under caution here. Just shy of halfway in this 20 lap feature. That's 8 laps completed. Quick look at the top 5. Wes Holland in the lead. Had a good lead there before that caution. Keith Haney second. Brian Tribble third. Gentleman Jack Watts running fourth. And the Georgia Flash, Nick Reynolds, running fifth. That's your top 5. Under caution at lap 9. And like I said, there's no real reason to pit unless you have damage on the car. So I'm not expecting a whole lot of cars in the garage area, except for Corey Wharton, who has retired from the event. And if memory serves me right, these are all set up for single file pre-starts, which are common in dirt track racing. I believe we are on the one to go, so we should see the Silverado base truck actually run for cover into the garage area, which it does. Wes Holland will bring them down. Coming by to complete lap 10, 15 to go on this restart. Wes Holland off the brake gets a nice jump on Keith Haney. And the cars rocket their way down into turn 1. Brian Tribble putting up a fight, trying to get that second spot back to Keith Haney, but Keith Haney is able to drive away from him down the back straightaway. Nice run at it. Turn 2 in that machine for Keith Haney in the 0-1-1. Wes really pushing the limits out of 4 there. It almost looked like on camera 3 that he cut the wall, but I don't think he did. And looking further back in the field, Alan Matting has made his way down into the garage area. I'm not sure if he had trouble out there on track. Wes Holland screams by the garage area where Alan is located, this time by beginning lap 13, halfway. Keith Haney still up on the wheel, trying to gain some ground on that number 4 machine. That Colorado Springs driver, and Keith Haney, no stranger to battling each other. Wes Holland always up front in lug nuts action, and Keith Haney's been one of the hot drivers in the events that he's participated in. And pretty consistent gap between that number 4 machine and the 0-1-1. And looking further back in the field, looks like everybody's kind of single file at the moment. Alan Matting has rejoined the track. That's good news. And this time by, they will be completing 15 laps. It'll be 10 to go. 10 to go this time by. And top 2 pulled away a bit on Brian Tribble. Brian Tribble now under fire at a turn 4 from Gentleman Jack Watts. That battle heads down in the turns 1 and 2. Jack Watts has really reeled him in. Brian seems to have fallen off the top tier here in the last few laps. Now has a home little challenge from that 77 machine as they head through 3 and 4. Brian running up in the high line. Jack Watts running low. Brian gets the wall a little bit. Jack Watts is able to capture the 3rd spot on that time by. Not sure if Brian just overdrove the entry and ended up high, if that was intentional, testing the waters for the high line. Gets a little extra sideways out of turn 2 that time by and gives up even more ground to that 77 machine. Tough break. Brian had a pretty solid run going there. And Brian down to the bottom line again. Highline Dent has not seemed to have come in here at this facility tonight. And we are under caution. Checking the speedway for who may have been involved. It may have been Alan Matting, I'm not sure. Not sure if Billy got that down in the production truck. And the field will be gathering behind. Tough break. I'm hearing from my producer that it was Alan. And field gathering up behind the Chevy Silverado. And Alan Matting has returned to the garage area, it looks like, for more repairs. And not sure if Billy got the replay, just watching it on my screen while I'm back to race coverage, and just kind of lost control out of turn 2, got the wall, and then was never really able to regain control of the 317, and puts the machine on the lid and on its side. Tough break. And back up front behind the pace truck, this is going to create quite a little shootout here at the end of this event. And should be excited. These guys will be up on the wheel. They will be completing 20 laps under caution here as they come by this time. I believe next time we will be back to green flag racing. That will make it a 4-lap shootout. Not a lot of time to get it done. This is by far the most important restart of this event. Quick look at our top 5 as we ride under caution and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Wes Holland up front, Keith Andy second, Jack Watts in third, Brian Tribble in 4th, and the Georgia Flash, who we have not seen much of in tonight's broadcast, in 5th. And they'll be coming by to take the green. 4 to go. 4-lap shootout. And fields in 4. This restart is at the leader's discretion, and West is away. It's a decent little jump on that. Caution is back out immediately. Whoa, what happened there? We didn't want to see that. That's a tough break. I'm not sure if there was trouble in the back of the pack or if it was triggered by... If it was... You know, fans, it might be just an iRacing glitch that brought that caution out. Alan Matting is exiting the pit area, and I believe that may have been what triggered the caution. I didn't see any of the competitors that were on the speedway having trouble. I'm not sure what you saw, Billy, but that's the only thing that I saw that could have triggered the caution was the 317 exit in the garage. And field begins lap 24. I do not foresee us getting back on the green. That's a shame. That is a glitch the folks at iRacing need to look at. I want to thank Billy Wise. He'll be working the cameras and such tonight in the Lugnut TV production truck. Billy doing a good job. Newer member to the broadcasting team, but doing a hell of a job there. And they will be beginning lap 25. Sadly, this looks destined to end under caution. I wish I had a system here where we could have a green-white checker for sure. 'Cause, that would be fun. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll pull in and we'll have a one-lap shootout. No, that wouldn't even happen. If it pulled in, it would still be over. Home deal to have them in this way. I'm sure Wes is relieved. It looked like he had things under control, but I'm sure that Brian Tribble and Keith Haney and Jack Watts wanted to crack at improving their position on track. And there it is. Checkered flag will fall for that number 4 machine, the Colorado Springs driver. Bringing that machine to victory lane. The fireworks go off. And we're going to grab some of our top finishers. Jack Watts bringing his machine home in 3rd. Jack looked like a little bit of fun. David ended up with caution. Looking at the replay, looked like 317 exiting the garage areas that triggered that last caution, which really kind of sucks. Finished under a caution, but tell us about the car and what the experience was like running Legends on dirt.
Legends on dirt are a great time. It was a lot of fun. The car was pretty good, but I didn't have nothing for the two ahead of me. They were just too fast.
All right, well, good deal. Good to see you in some tonight, Jack. We have street stocks, late models, and sprint cars coming up. Hope to see you in those, and best of luck in those if you do run those.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
And finishing 2nd is Keith Haney, I believe. Not in TeamSpeak. Shame on him. Definitely wanted to get words from him. But we're going to bring up into the booth that wonder from Colorado Springs, Wreckham Wes Holland, taking that little 4 machine home in victory lane. Wes, how'd the race go?
It was fun out there. I mean, we had a lot of green flag laps and got to actually figure out what this track's like with these cars. Haven't ran too much here. So it was a good learning experience, but all in all, yeah, it was a fun race.
And can anything from this race that you learned out there carry over into our other divisions running tonight here at Williams Grove?
If anything's going to cross over, it's going to be these are the sprint cars because these are, you kind of got to drive them straight in and straight off like the sprint car, but definitely to get into because those things are sideways all the time and real hard to handle at tracks like this. So we should see how the next race goes, and hopefully we have some good races the rest of the night.
Well, right. Kind of sucks it ended under caution, Wes. Billy and I were looking at the replays, and the only thing that I could see that may have triggered that caution flag was actually the 317 re-entering the speedway out of the pit area. Nothing on occurred, so it looks like iRacing has a bug they need to work out, because that kind of sucks to finish under caution. I know Keith Haney definitely wanted to make a run at it and give you a hard time there in the closing laps.
Yeah, well, I mean, iRacing will get it figured out. So yeah, but I honestly think it is a glitch. I've seen it a couple times at other tracks, and they just haven't figured everything all the way out. But me and Haney did a little fast lap after we took the checkered to see how it would be if we had another chance at it, but I'm sure he'll get me in this next one. He'll give me a run.
Well, right. Best of luck in the Sportsman Street Stocks coming up next. As always, fun to watch. Wreckham Wes Holland doing a great job. Now, Billy, we're going to head off to a commercial break here while the guys kind of take a second to get a drink of water and wipe some of the mud off their face and eyes. You'll be right back with us on Lugnut TV. Uh-oh, a bandit. Welcome back to Lugnut TV. You've been watching the cars and stars of Loose Lugnut Racing out there in the Sportsman Street Stocks. Did have 20 minutes of practice out here at Williams Grove with the machines. Now just about 3.5 minutes into the 10-minute open qualifying session. These cars are vastly different than the Legends cars that were on track earlier. Guys are out there getting a feel for the differences and what they need to do to get these big heavy machines around this 1/2 mile track. Currently early in this qualifying session, we do have Keith Haney. Most of the drivers that were in the Legends race did return for this event. Keith Haney is here, Breckham West Holland, Gentleman Jack Watts, Nels, Right Turn Clyde. Of course, the Georgia Flash out there as well. We'll have a couple guys join us. We have Jake the Snake Anderson joining the action for this event. We also have a dirt track racer from Tennessee, I think it is, Justin French, joining the action. Justin actually spent some time behind the wheel of a dirt late model in the real world, so has the real world track experience, and that might give him an advantage in this race. And you can see the track has definitely shown some signs of traffic on it, and where this track, this race will carry over. They started with a nice, clean and groomed up racetrack in practice, but it has carried over from this practice session into this qualifying session, rather, and it will carry right over into the race. Feature event will be 25 laps. Should be a pretty good race. The street stocks are definitely a fun machine. One that has spent some time behind the wheel of, both on pavement, road courses, and on dirt. Fun deal that iRacing has for us. I want to thank our sponsors. Over the Top Paints and Designs. Look your best on the track. Look over the top. RaceGear.com, keeping up all the racing news. Blah, 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 blah. Easy for me to say. All right, keep up with that racing news at RaceGear.com. Billy Wise and the Wise Guys. Don't listen to dumb music. Listen to some great Southern classic rock and roll. Billy Wise and the Wise Guys. And of course, bow tie apparel. You don't need a bow tie to look good. You just need bow tie apparel. Never did like bow ties anyway. Man, driver's still out there trying to get some good laps in. Track's definitely starting to get dried up and slickened up some. And looks like the guys are, being rather challenged by that track. And we're just 6.5 minutes into this 10-minute open qualifying session. Keith Haney still on that provisional pole. Justin French not too far off of him. Let's see if Justin French is on track. He is indeed. Watching him at 018 machine and working his way out of turn 4 and trying to get some laps in. Had to dodge a vehicle that had lost control over there through 3 and 4 that time by. Not able to better that lap. Gets the inside wall, just trying to find some moisture and grip way down low, and not able to do it there. And heads back out with Breckham West Holland in tow. Try to get a better qualifying lap up on the board. West Holland third right now on the speed chart. Definitely not used to seeing West not at the top. Definitely got a few guys here in Lugnut Racing that have stepped it up and definitely put the challenge to West. And a little bump draft action down the front straightaway there. Justin French gets into a slower car as he tries to get a qualifying lap in. Challenge with open qualifying is you have that traffic on the racetrack, so you got to kind of pick and choose and you kind of slot out and grid out in a way that you get a good clean lap in. Hey, I want to thank the fans that have joined us. Always exciting stuff. This dirt racing package that iRacing has given us is definitely a new twist and a lot of fun. Justin French looks like having some more trouble out there trying to get a lap in. Has not been able to better that 23.602 as of yet, but still working on it. Boy, the car looked beautiful coming out of turn 4 that time. And that last lap, I did have to dodge a little traffic actually entering the speedway, so I'm not sure if that affected the time at the stripe. 24.127, not able to get better than that 23.576 that he currently has on the board. Let's see how does this time. No interference through 1 and 2 that time by. Looked pretty decent. Slides the car through 3 and 4. And looked like he lost a little time in turn 4 that time at the stripe. 24.069, just not able to get back down there. The track may be slowing down. We may have seen the best laps, which is fine because this session is just about ready to close up. 15 seconds left to go. This will be Justin's last stab at trying to get to the pole and out of turn 4. And time did not count on that lap. It looks like he might have brushed the wall. And iRacing qualifying lap has to be clean. If you brush the wall or have any kind of incidents, it doesn't count. So there it is. Qualifying is in the books, Billy. 25 laps with the Sportsman Street Stocks. Should be a pretty good deal. Track is definitely starting to get blown off on the bottom. It's going to be up to these guys to find out where they need to run and get the grip that they need to corners with a good charge of speed. Over the top paints and pole award is going to go to Keith Haney in the 011 machine with a 23.505. Starting to his outside, we have that dirt track racer, Justin French. Starting in third, in that number 4, Freaky Fast Chevrolet, Wreckham, Wes Holland. Starting fourth, Gentleman, Jack Watts in that 77 machine. And Las Vegas' own, Nels Right Churn Clyde, starting in fifth. We have Brian Tribble, Connecticut native, now hangs out down there in the Keys, starting 6th. The Georgia Flash, Nick Reynolds in that 54 machine, rolling off 7th. Another one of the Haney guys, I don't think they're brothers, I think they're all cousins or something like that. But James Haney rolls off 8th. Jake the Snake Anderson rolls off 9th. And the other Haney rolls off 10th. And that is the 10 cars that will take the green. They should be rolling away here in just a moment behind the iRacing Silverado. Again, 25 laps. No need to take tires or fuel in these machines. They are good to go the distance on that. They do have 2 fast repairs, so if they do have trouble on track, they can go ahead and get things fixed up and get back into competition. And want to thank Billy Wise for running our cameras tonight. Really doing a fine job in doing so. So now is the time to pick who you want to win. Looking at, we got 10 viewers watching us right now. Looking for the picks. Who likes Wes Holland? Wes Holland, bring that to victory lane. How about that Justin French, rear world dirt late model racer? Can he get it done with the Sportsman Street Stock? How about Keith Haney? Keith Haney, one of the hotter drivers. Lug nut competition. Field is rolling away behind that Silverado. Get your picks in. Let's see how you do. 25 laps here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, Williams Grove Speedway, half mile. Again, as you can see, track has nowhere to it. 20 minutes of practice, 10 minutes of open qualifying. These machines have done a number. Not sure how much is left to that bottom groove as far as grip. We may see these guys search around quite a bit. And the guy that can do it, you can see Keith, Justin French actually experimenting a little bit there under the pace lap. Lights will be off on that Silverado. And next time by, we are going green. 25 laps. Sportsman Street Stocks. We have the Cars and Stars. Loose Lug Nuts Racing on track. Hey, I want to say hi to Dave Allen watching the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in, Dave. And that Silverado is going to run for cover, and we are going to turn them loose. Keith Haney, Justin French will bring him down to the green flag this time. And there it is. Green flag is out, and they're away. We have a dead even drag race start down into turn one. Keith Haney working the bottom. And Justin French getting up in that high side, looking for some moisture and some grip. Now we'll face a challenge from Wreckham Wes Holland down the back straightaway. Wes not able to get the rear tires to hook up. And now dive bombs to bottom, tries to make a run. Again, Keith Haney slides up high and into the wall. Justin French takes the lead. Hope Keith Haney didn't get too much damage on that machine. Now we'll face some challenges from that freaky fast Chevrolet of Wreckham Wes Holland through turn two. Wes making that move and will capture the second spot. Down in the tree, French shows the way. Holland second. Keith Haney third. Keith Haney looking to battle back on the inside of Holland ahead of turn four. And not able to do so. Wes is able to hang on to that second spot. Looks like experimenting with the high line, but not having a whole lot of luck up there. Cars are really fighting. The track is starting to definitely fly out a punch. And looking further in the back, looks like Nels Clyde had some trouble in turn four and has lost a bunch of positions. Drops all the way back, looks like to 8th position. Tough break for that Las Vegas driver. Back up front, Justin French showing the way. Wes Holland not too far off his rear bumper, and they're going to avoid a slow car here out of turn. I'm not sure what's going on there. Wow, that looks like that car is not even under power. Holy cow. Wes Holland able to capture the lead rather in that exchange. I'm not sure who that was that was having trouble. Wow, that was ridiculous. Right in the leader's path. That was Daniel Haney. And that's a tough break for him. And Daniel Haney has been black flagged for being in the way of the leaders like that. Daniel will be parked for one lap. Tough break on his part. I'm not sure what was going on, but sometimes you got to make a call like that. We can't have guys getting in the lead mix like that. And back up front, pace car is leading the guys around. Wes Holland is in the lead. Brian Tribble, wow. Don't have the right screen up. Apologize. Justin French now shown in second. Field coming by to complete 7 laps. And friend if you're not a part of the Loose Lugnuts Racing League but are on iRacing. Check us out, Loose Lugnuts Racing in the league sections. Monday through Thursday, we have racing at 7:30 p.m. Mini stocks on Monday, street stocks on Tuesday, street stocks on pavement, that is. Legends on Wednesdays, Thursday night trucks. Currently have a late model season on Friday nights, and of course, dirt every Saturday night. Loose Lugnuts Racing. Race truck is in, and these restarts are double file, evidently. Wes Holland on the loud pedal early at turns 3 and 4. Justin French right down to the bottom. Will challenge Wes for that top spot as they work through 2. Wes sliding up high. And Will follow second. Justin French now able to get back to that top spot that he had once held. Over rotates the car in the middle of 3 and 4, and will lose a bunch of spots there. Tough break. A couple other guys happy to do that. Slid up high, got into the wall. Definitely fighting for grip. You can see when the track is starting to blacken up and really dry it out. These guys are got their hands full. It really looks like for Justin French, that real-world dirt track experience is paying huge dividends here as he leads the field. Down complete 10 laps, 15 to go. Keith Haney starting to work up high. We do have a caution on the track, folks. Looking to see who may have brought that out. I'm not sure if my producer Billy caught it. Got the 25 and 22 last couple by. And some confusion on the track looking for the pace vehicle, it sounds like, but they'll get it, sir. We're Billy, did you caught up, bring out the caution by chance? All right, we're both looking for it, it looks like. It was Jake the Snake Anderson with a spin, bringing that caution out. Jake in that Napa Camaro. Part-time driver, Loose Lugnuts racing, but always have fun with him out here. And field under caution. And listening to the in-race chat, some of the guys definitely giving some feedback on how slick the track is. But hey, everybody's got the same surface to work with, so I say sock it up and drive. And quick look at the top 5. As we begin lap 14 under caution, Justin French in that top spot. Keith second. Breckham Wes Holland in third. The Georgia Flash, Nick Reynolds in fourth. And Nels Right Turn Clyde, the Las Vegas driver, currently shown in fifth. Field is doubled up behind that iRacing Silverado. They will be coming by to begin lap 15. That will leave us with 11 laps to go when they take the green this time. I'll tell you what, folks, I know who my pick is. That would be Justin French. But easy to pick the guy that races on dirt tracks and gets to the loud pedal rather early and is able to get away behind him in the mirror, though. We do have that side-by-side battle. Breckham West Holland down on the low side. Keith Haney trying to find a cushion and work the high line at a turn 2. And we do have a spin in the back. Jake the Snake Anderson has gone around. Still green, though. And behind them, looks like Keith Haney had a